know Pippi Longstocking? I bet you do. Let's read the story by Astrid Lindgren. It is one of my favorite books that I have ever read. Here are Tommy and Annika, two nice, well-mannered little children. They are playing croquet in their yard. It's okay, but I'd still like to have a friend, says Annika. So would I, says Tommy. Next to Tommy and Annika's yard is another yard. In it is a house called Villa Villecula. No one lives there. The house is empty. It's so silly that no one wants to move into that house, says Tommy. Yes, says Annika. Someone should live there. Someone with children. One beautiful day, when Tommy and Annika peer over the fence surrounding Villa Villecula, they see something very strange. A little girl is walking across the yard, carrying a big horse. Tommy and Annika can't believe their eyes, because the little girl can't lift the horse, but this girl can. Her name is Pippi Longstocking, and she is so incredibly strong that there is not a policeman in the whole world who is as strong as she is. She is also rich. She has a big bag full of gold coins, and now she has moved into Villa Villecula. She is going to live there all alone with her horse and her little monkey, who is called Mr. Nilsson. Pippi has no mom or dad, which is fine with her, because that means there's no one to tell her that she has to go to bed just when she's having the most fun. She always does exactly as she pleases. Do you want to have breakfast at my house? Pippi asked Tommy and Annika. Yes, thank you, they say. Who's cooking? asks Annika. I am, says Pippi. Pippi does everything herself. Now she's making pancakes. When a pancake is done, she throws it way up in the air and over to Tommy and Annika, who are sitting on the firewood chest, stuffing themselves. Those were the best pancakes I've ever had, says Tommy. Pippi has a broken egg in her hair. It landed there when she was beating the pancake butter. But Pippi doesn't care. They say that egg yolks are good for your hair, she says. Just wait, my hair will grow like crazy. Pippi also bakes cookies. She rolls out the dough on the kitchen floor. Because the counter just isn't big enough when you're baking at least 500 cookies, says Pippi. Mr. Nilsson, the little monkey, helps her, but the horse isn't allowed to help. He lives on the veranda, which is why you can't see him in the picture. Why on earth do you keep your horse on the veranda? asked Tommy. All the horses he knows live in stables. Well, says Pippi, in the kitchen, he would just be in the way, and he doesn't feel comfortable in the living room. After a while, Tommy and Annika go home, but they are very happy to have a new friend. Pippi can braid her hair and button her undershirt at the same time. Not many people can do that. Here she's eating. She lies on the table and puts her foot on the chair. There's nobody to tell her to sit properly. When she washes herself, she dips her whole head in the wash bin. She likes to get water in her eyes. Once in a while, she will scrub the kitchen floor. She straps brushes on her feet and pours a whole bucket of water onto the floor. Then she skates on the brushes. When she chops wood, she never splits fewer than 5 pieces at a time. Wow! Yuck! The stove is full of smoke. Pippi has to go up on the roof and clean the chimney. She does everything herself. I'm a thing finder, says Pippi one day to Tommy and Annika. A thing finder? What's that? asked Tommy. A person who finds things, says Pippi. The whole world is full of things, and someone needs to find them. And that's what a thing finder does. Tommy and Annika decide to become thing finders as well. Then they all go out searching for things. Pippi finds a rusty metal can. You can never have too many cans, she says with satisfaction. What can you use it for? Wonders Tommy. You can stick your head in it and pretend it's the middle of the night, says Pippi. And she does. She walks alone with a can over her head until she trips over a fence. What a racket! But Pippi finds something else. An empty spool. Such a sweet, sweet little spool to blow bubbles with or to hand around your neck on a string, she says happily. Tommy and Annika haven't found anything. Why don't you look inside those tree stumps, says Pippi. Tree stumps are among the best places for thing finders. And guess what? Tommy finds a nice notebook with a little silver pen, and Annika finds a coral necklace. Then the thing finders go home. Pippi with her can and spool, Tommy with his notebook, and Annika with her necklace. The circus is in town. Pippi buys tickets for herself and Tommy and Annika with one of her many gold coins. Pippi has never been to the circus. She doesn't know how it works. She wants to perform too, because Pippi can do anything. The circus director gets mad. The girl who was supposed to walk on the high wire gets mad too. But the people of the circus shout, "Go, Pippi! Wow!" A pretty little circus girl comes riding in on a horse. She can stand up on her horse, but so can Pippi. She jumps on the horse's back and stands behind the circus girl. The circus girl tries to push her off. She doesn't know how strong Pippi is. "Why should you be the only one having fun?" says Pippi to the circus girl. "I've paid too." "Go, Pippi!" scream Tommy and Annika and all the people of the circus. Pippi knows even more tricks. The strongest man in the world is next. Strong Adolf is his name. The circus director promises a reward to the person who can wrestle Strong Adolf on the floor. "I can," says Pippi to Tommy and Annika. "Even you can do that," says Annika. "He is the strongest man in the world." "And I am the strongest girl," says Pippi. She goes right over to Strong Adolf and grabs him around the waist. He is so surprised that his eyes almost pop out of his head when he sees that just a little girl wants to wrestle with him. But 1, 2, 3, Pippi throws him up in the air and then she lays him down on the floor. "Pippi's won! Pippi's won!" scream the people at the circus. When Pippi sleeps, she always puts her feet on the pillow and her head under the covers. That's how she likes to sleep. And there is no one to tell her not to. Mr. Nilsson sleeps in a green doll's bed, but he doesn't put his feet on the pillow. One dark night, two nasty robbers, Bloom and Thunder Carlson, climb into Pippi's room. They want to steal the big bag with all the gold coins. They have no idea that Pippi is so strong. "Ha ha! We'll soon have the bag," they say, and they snatch it. But then Pippi shoots up out of bed. In no time, she has taken back the bag. "We're not kidding," says Thunder Carlson. "Give me that bag." And he grabs Pippi's arm hard. "I'm not kidding either," says Pippi. She throws him up on top of a wardrobe. Then she throws Bloop up there too. Both robbers are so scared they start to cry. Pippi feels sorry for them and gives them each a gold coin to buy food. Because Pippi is nice. If you are very strong, you must also be very kind. Soon it will be Pippi's birthday. And of course, she is going to have a birthday party. She writes a letter to Tommy and Annika inviting them to the party. She doesn't write very well because she hasn't gone to school like other children. But she does her best. Then she sneaks over and puts the letter in Tommy and Annika's mailbox. Tommy and Annika are so happy when they find the letter. They can't wait to go to Pippi's party. They put on their nicest clothes and brush their hair. And of course, they buy a present for Pippi. They buy a music box and wrap it. They both hold the package when they go to Villa Villacri. When Pippi opens her present, she's so excited that she jumps up and down. She plays the music box for a long time. It has a pretty tune. Pippi has set the kitchen table. She serves Tommy and Annika hot chocolate with whipped cream and lots of cookies and cake. She baked everything herself. Mr. Nilsson is sitting on the table. Pippi's horse has also been invited to the party. I've never been to a birthday party with a horse before, says Annika, and gives the horse a lump of sugar. Me neither, says Tommy. This is the best party I've ever been to. When Pippi has her hot chocolate, she puts her cap upside down on her head like a hat. But it isn't completely empty. A little hot chocolate trickles down her face. Afterward, they play a game called Don't Touch the Floor. You play by climbing around the kitchen without ever touching the floor. They jump from the sink to the stove and from the stove to the firewood chest. And then they crawl across the shelf to the table and then up onto the cupboard in the corner, and from the cupboard to the horse, and from the horse back to the sink. It's a good thing the horse is there, so they can climb on him too. Pippi has a desk with many tiny drawers. There are more magical things in that desk than in a whole toy store. There are small dolls' dishes and trumpets, birds' eggs, and unusual snail shells, knives with mother of handles and necklaces. In fact, there's too much to list it all. Pippi wants to give Tommy and Annika a present, even though it's not their birthday. Tommy gets a little ivory flute. Annika gets a brooch that looks like a butterfly. That was the best party I've ever been to, says Tommy. Yes, if only we could stay forever, says Annika. They wave to Pippi and Mr. Nilsson wave back. Tommy and Annika have such a good time with Pippi. They want to play with her every day. The end.